Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
And welcome to episode 125.
Cien Diente Cinco.
It's been a while.
Don't just, no.
So,
it's bad.
Kevin and I have come to a realization.
What, we have no audience?
Well, okay, we've come to two realizations. Actually, our downloads have been kind of up lately. I know I was checking it out lately.
Somebody downloads it. Every once in a while, somebody goes and does some massive download of episodes.
Well,
but
due
that's
to
about it.
lack of traction and lack of time, this will be.
I'd say probably more lack of time.
Yeah, more lack of time. We do enjoy doing it, and it really, I mean, this is putting Max through college and paid for my new kitchen, but
yeah, right.
But this will be the final episode of Citizen Ho.
That's it. Ain't no more.
So to celebrate this, we're going to go back and replay some of our favorite moments from previous episodes, a clip show. So roll it, Kev.
Hola.
I'm just kidding. Would we do that to you?
Yes, we probably would.
Yeah, but we're too lazy to go through.
That's putting together a clip show is way too much work.
Plus, as Kevin and I learned, reliving your past is really boring. Remember?
Can be.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what?
When we did my sister's wedding video?
Yeah, that wasn't even our past.
Someone else's.
Well, maybe somewhat yours because you were at least there. But
my sister got married in February of 2001, and they gave her a VHS. So for her first anniversary, I volunteered Kevin, which I've done many times in our lives, to help me convert it to DVD. I think we had to watch it 6 times to put it together. We wanted to kill ourselves.
I don't think we ever watched the whole thing, but we had to go through parts to figure out certain
chapters.
We had to figure out chapters, and we had to figure out something with. I think we had to stop the recording and then start it up again. So we had to figure out where to cut that together.
So,
needless to say, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So how long have we been doing this for?
You're welcome, Scott's sister.
So Max is 4. We've been doing this before he was born, so probably about 5 years.
Give or take.
We only had 125 episodes?
Wait, really 5 years?
We were doing this before Max was born, 4.5 maybe?
Wait.
Easy way to find out.
I feel because I feel like I was still doing BS and a beer when Melissa got pregnant.
It's been a little over 4 years, because episode 1 was 4 years ago.
Okay.
So
that makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah. January 30th, 2015 was our second episode.
Okay.
So we've been doing.
And that was January 30th, 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, that was before Max was born.
Yeah, Max was born July 2015.
Okay.
I said because I remember we took a hiatus when Max was born.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But when we initially got pregnant, I think I was still doing BS and a beer.
I remember we had when we came up with the idea for it. We were going in a car trip somewhere into Jersey. Remember, it was after BS and beer ended, and I just came up with the name Citizen Ho, and we're like, "Oh, that works." We were driving down down the shore or something.
That could be. That could be maybe one of the Red Bank trips.
That's what I'm thinking.
That makes sense, sort of.
Well, was Atlantic City before? When did we do Atlantic City?
Atlantic City was definitely before Max.
Yeah. I heard it's actually gotten better.
Yeah, so have I.
Maybe we should do a weekend trips after the summer.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I have not been down there in a while. I wouldn't mind.
I haven't been down there since.
Actually, well,
the last time I was down
there's
there.
That. I don't know how nice it is, but I kind of want to check out the Resorts World in the Catskills.
Really?
Just for the sake of going up there.
What was that Kutch's?
No, not Kutcher's. Kutcher's is now what used to be Kutcher's. They tore down. They
Yeah, it's
completely
like-
tore down Kutcher's. It's like a yoga retreat now.
That's right.
And
Well, is the Resorts World upstate like the one in Long Island? Or Belmont, I should say?
yeah, I mean it's the same ownership.
I'm still shocked there's a casino in Hauppauge.
Wait, what?
The old, it's called like Jake's 52, I think. It's on the expressway. It was or the hotel that was on the expressway in like Comac or Hauppauge, whatever that was. The Marriott, was it?
Yeah, okay.
You remember? You know what I'm talking about? I think it was.
Was
the
it the
Marriott.
one with like the big glass like atrium or something?
Yeah, you saw it right on the expressway, like exit 52 or 53.
Okay, there's a casino there?
Yeah, it's called like Jake's 52 or something like that.
When did that happen?
Jake's 58.
Jake's
Thailandia,
58?
sorry.
Oh, okay. Now I have to look this up.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had gambling on Long Island. Holy shit.
It's like slots and bars and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I think I heard something that, like, even the Resorts World up
There's
there.
no table games.
Yeah, okay. Then you know what? Then I have no interest. I want my
Yeah,
table games.
Jake's 58. It used to be, I think it was the Marriott, right on the expressway. Yeah, with the glass atrium.
looks like
There was
it, yeah. Based on the pictures I see, that is what it looks like.
I see about it because like people I went to high school
Yeah,
with.
I see there's like a roulette thing, but it's all machines.
Yeah.
Boo earns.
I still say the best night I ever did at Blackjack was the Lady Gaga concert night.
One of my best blackjack runs was my bachelor party.
Yeah, you did really well there.
Yes, on my brother's money.
Did you give him back his money?
I believe so. I kind of remember, like, I think I at least tried, and he was like, "No, these are your winnings." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay."
I just remember the night they saw Lady Gaga. I did awesome that night.
Ah, yes, that was a late frickin' night. I don't know how the hell I made it back to your house that night.
Good times. I like. Sometimes there are nights where I'll just stay up late just watching TV for no reason.
Haha, I remember those days. Not really.
Like, I don't do it that often. Like, last weekend was nice. So, Marissa went down the shore with her parents and sister. I smoked ribs, then watched superhero movies.
Okay.
Ribs came out good. Little bit salty, but what I did this time is I didn't take them off the smoker till we were ready to eat them, so I left them there just to stay warm. The problem with my smoker is because it's a smaller one, you have to give it a little more care, so I don't think I'll be able to do a brisket on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
This brisket's 12 hours. My friend told me you could do like a 4 hours and then finish it off in the oven just to get the smoky flavor into it. And then you put...
I mean, yeah, you could try that. I feel like you have to be careful about drying it out. But
well, you keep it in like a water bin and stuff.
yeah, well, that's how my parents always cooked it for the holidays.
Liquid?
Cooked it, well, not so much in water, just cooked it in its own fat
Raw,
and
yeah.
juices.
I'm stealing... Is this your son's candy?
Leave my son's candy alone.
I gave him donuts today. You want a Hershey's
punk.
Kiss?
No, I don't.
Fire.
I've had my fill of sweets for the evening.
Yeah, those actually... Okay, so they opened a Krispy Kreme by my house about a week ago. So I went there this morning because I was off today and picked up some donuts. I can't remember the last time I had Krispy Kreme, but they blow Dunkin' Donuts away.
Yes, Krispy Kreme's donuts always were really good. That was one thing they always had, but I feel like the big anti-carb craze, they had to do a big retraction. They had to shut down a lot of stores like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was more than 10
so.
years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago is when Dunkin' closed all the stores in New York, and they all became... when Tim Hortons came back and then disappeared.
Didn't come back and disappear.
Well, it came and then disappeared.
Yeah, well, that wasn't all Dunkin's.
It was
They just-
Reese restaurants.
Yeah, Reese brought in a bunch of Tim Hortons.
Well, anywhere they had a Dunkin's, they turned to a Tim Hortons.
no,
and then-
not anywhere.
No, Reese restaurants.
Oh, anywhere
Reese
Reese
had
had
a
a
Dunkin', they turned into a Tim Hortons.
Okay. They bought a place on 72nd Street that had been a Cold Stone Creamery before that. And then they bought it and they turned it into a Tim Hortons.
Is it still a Tim Hortons?
No, I'm pretty sure that's long gone.
So
I'm
what
not
else
even
is-
sure what's there now. Although you've made me curious. Thank the Lord for Google Street View.
Did you hear what they're doing now for walking directions?
What?
They're basically, you're going to use your phone in augmented reality, and like as you turn around, it'll have like an arrow telling you how to walk.
Ironically, there is a Dunkin' in that nearby area now, but that Dunkin' only
It's
opened
Dunkin'
up a
across
few
the
years
street
ago.
from the Krispy Kreme, but for people who are like so dumb they can't follow maps, you'll basically like tell them where you want to go and you're walking, and you can hold your phone like almost like heads up display, and it'll have arrows telling you how to walk.
Oh my god.
But it's augmented reality, so you'll see the people. You'll just look like a moron.
People are dumb. But we knew that already.
I still kind of think Google Glass was a little too early and too ugly.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. I think give it 5 years, something's gonna come back and replace the phone. Let's get on that.
I wish.
Citizen Ho Glass.
No.
What are you doing, you
I'm
dweeb?
looking to see what's in that area where that
Yes, but
Tim
the
Hortons
3
had
people
been.
that are listening can't hear you search.
That's why I'm still talking to you, dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh. It's a hardware store now, I think.
No, it's convenient. So
A
instead
hardware
of-
store that used to be in a spot that is now I forget what
Oh.
moved in there. Anyway,
It's kind of amazing how things change in the city so quickly.
that's what happens.
What's the line from Ferris Bueller?
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it, or you could miss it. I think.
It's kind of funny that happened. That line's from the '80s, and it's more applicable today than it was then.
Hey, Ferris Bueller was a smart man.
Dude, your phone has more computing power than your first computer.
My phone has more computing power than computers that put men on the moon.
This is true. Or
Your
Mars.
point?
It's just weird. We're
Hey,
getting. We just got
that's life.
They're upgrading all our computers at work, and literally, they're this. So right next to me is this bath time paint set of Paw Patrol, but it's probably about 4 inches by probably a
They're
4
bath
inch.
paints. What's
Yeah.
your point?
No, I'm talking about the size of the box.
Yeah,
I'd say it's
and?
probably a 4 inch square by about 2 inch wide. No, probably about 6 inches square.
I guess. Why?
That's the size of the computer. The whole computer is like that big.
Oh, okay.
But they're 64-bit i5s with SSDs. It's pretty quick. I wanted 32.
So they're all tablets?
No.
Okay.
This is the whole CPU. It has 2 displays.
Oh, they're like the mini, or
I shall
yeah,
call them mini PC.
yeah, essentially.
The other thing I was shocked is they had no optical drives. So I suggested we pick up a couple of external USB drives.
Yeah, there's no room for optical drives on those things.
No, well, we get a couple of them, not USB, external CD-ROMs or something like that,
Yeah.
or DVD-ROMs, just in case people need to do something with it.
I have one of those.
But for your MacBook Air, do you bring
No.
it home on Thursdays?
Yeah, it's in the other room right now.
Do you feel dirty when you use it?
I'm used to it now.
Have you requested a PC?
No, because I'm not going to get one.
It's very weird you see a company like that's all Mac. I guess
No,
it's probably
it's-
more in the startup culture these days.
Yeah, that's it. It is in the startup country. It is not unheard of.
Because the problem is with like my industry, I work in insurance, is we have such business software that you just can't run it on Macintosh.
Yeah, and also you're at an older company that there's a lot of stuff that's just entrenched there anyway. So
much-
one thing about about my company, at least is one thing we actually use Keynote for presentations.
Yeah.
Like my boss mandates he wants everybody creating any presentations that they create on Keynote. Anything that has to go to a client to be able to look at, if you want to make sure that the formatting doesn't get messed up, save it as PDF. That's it.
Is Keynote?
Keynote is the Mac
Google's?
version of PowerPoint. No,
Oh, okay.
it's Mac's or Apple's PowerPoint equivalent.
Is it included in all Macs or?
Yeah, I think so. So there's Keynote. He sort of wants us to use Pages for word processing, which is their version of Word.
But don't you guys have G Suite?
We do. We have G Suite, so a lot of people use that too. And then the same thing with spreadsheets. We actually do have Microsoft Office on our computers right now, but it's Microsoft Office 2011. So it's obviously really old.
And we're an Office 365 house. You don't understand how nice it is outsourcing that instead of having to maintain an Exchange server.
Oh.
Going-
I'm sure.
Like having on-prem stuff just doesn't pay anymore, especially for small and medium business. I mean, if you have 100,000 employees,
Well, and even if you do want to run your own server, it's probably easier to use AWS or some equivalent to let them handle maintaining the actual equipment, and then
I still think I have a feeling the cloud bubble is going to burst.
the one issue with the cloud is there's always an inherent security risk.
There's also connectivity risk.
Yeah, there's the connectivity thing, but the thing is that as far as connectivity goes, most of these things can keep themselves up and available like well over 90% of the time. So it's not really that much of an issue anymore.
I mean, the thing about cloud is in the long term, you're going to spend more than you will for on-prem. But for a smaller startup company, what can I do? Should I spend $50,000 on hardware and software costs, or should I spend $300 a month to get myself up and running?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah. Like I remember my old job, our Exchange server was on its last legs, and I did this whole study saying like, okay, I said, this is what it'll cost us to
I
upgrade.
vaguely remember this.
What?
I said I vaguely remember when you
Basically,
did this.
I did the homework. I went through G Suite and I went through Office, saying like, this is what it costs to do G Suite, this is what it costs to do Office. We had a guy that he used to be a customer, he became a consultant, and he agreed like to help us do the migration because it was above my skill set. My boss was like, no, because he didn't want the monthly costs. It's like, you guys will just fix it if the Exchange server goes down. I'm like, okay, I just don't know how to do build an Exchange server.
He didn't want to incur the regular monthly cost because he had something that he wasn't paying for.
And our email was a POP account that's synced with Exchange. Oh, you had to keep Outlook running on all your computers at all times to get your email on your phone.
Oh, ouch.
So and that POP provider was so unreliable, they would go down all the time.
Yeah, see, at my job, we use G Suite, so
Yeah. We use Office 365, which works pretty well 99% of the time.
yeah.
We haven't had any outages on it. AWS has had a couple of issues in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I just mentioned AWS, but there's also, I think there's Google Cloud and Microsoft has one, I think.
Microsoft, AWS, and Google are the top three. The Oracle Cloud is becoming pretty popular now too for that type of stuff. AWS is the largest infrastructure company in the world. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I think Amazon's going to be broken up into three companies:
Okay.
retail,
Uh-huh.
services, and production.
I mean, it's possible. They could do something like what Google did.
Yeah, Google basically reincorporated themselves under an umbrella.
Yeah, they made the umbrella is Alphabet.
No, but Amazon, I think they're too big. I think they've become basically an e-commerce monopoly without being an e-commerce monopoly. Plus, the streaming thing is hysterical.
What?
Basically, I think Netflix may be off of AWS by now, but pretty much every other streaming service uses Amazon. So if you watch Amazon or Hulu, you're still watching Amazon.
Well, you're not watching Amazon. You're just...
Yeah, they get paid for you using Hulu.
Yeah.
They get paid for you using whatever. I'm sure Google's on their own stuff.
I would think so.
I'm still curious to see how this whole streaming wars thing is going to do, because the cable companies have not changed their pricing at all.
Yeah, but the problem is that
They can't.
no, I think the problem more for the streamers is that
There's too many.
you have, and it's getting worse now, is so you have Netflix, you have Amazon, you have Hulu, you have HBO. Like, there are so many different services that you have to pay for to be able to get access to enough of a variety of things.
And the other thing that I'm going to think of is, I don't think there's as many cord cutters as you think.
Yeah, I suspect not.
Like, I just renegotiated my Verizon bill. Basically, I'm getting pretty much the same stuff I was. I lost about 200 channels, but of those 200 channels, I watched 2 of them.
Right.
So then I'm basically... The thing that annoyed me is to get back to where I was, I had to drop that. But where they get the cable companies get you is the box rental.
Okay.
You can't buy your own boxes. The cable card doesn't work that well. I remember back in the day of Brookhaven Cable, we didn't have cable boxes. We had one cable box and just a cable-ready TV you plugged into.
I don't even remember having a cable box. We just had cable-ready TVs, and it just worked.
Yeah. Well, we had one cable.
Although I never understood exactly how, but it worked.
It worked because it was an analog signal.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Like Melissa's...
Like my family, like your family too, but we paid for HBO.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't pay for, let's say, Showtime.
Yeah.
So HBO worked, Showtime was scrambled.
It was done at the... They did it at the source.
I guess.
But here's the difference. That's why the descramblers worked, because the signal was still done and you can unscramble it.
Yeah, I
now
know
they
that.
just don't send the signal if you don't get the channel.
Yeah, or like whatever
Yeah.
it's, or the encryption or something, like they can control it better from the source.
And it's digital. It was an analog cable back
Yeah.
then.
No, that I always understood.
Is HBO still 17 on cable? Whatever you have now?
No.
Damn.
Hasn't been 17 for years.
It's like 80 or something like that?
Huh? Oh, something like that, I think. For the analog one. For HD, it's 301.
Well, I thought yours automatically switches now for It's not
For-
it's not analog HD. It's standard definition, high definition.
Yeah,
How
that's
much
what
Paw
I meant.
Patrol shit do you have?
It's not for me, it's for my kid. The boy loves him some Paw Patrol.
A corrupt municipality. I love the final episode is the mayor gets arrested for basically outsourcing the municipal services to a child.
To a child with seemingly unlimited funds and the capacity to invent some pretty insane machinery.
And anthropomorphic canines.
They're not anthropomorphic. They're dogs.
But they have qualities of human beings. That makes them anthropomorphic.
The only quality of a human being they have is that they can talk.
Yeah.
That's it. They still walk on 4 legs.
So do I, sometimes.
I don't need to know what you do with your wife.
So what is bath paint? Is it soap?
It's no, it's like just colored goop that the kids can smear on the walls and then it just washes off.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
How much of the stuff have you bought?
I didn't. My parents got that from Max as a gift.
Yeah, thanks for making me have more work when he has to take a bath.
No, well, there's a reason we haven't used it yet. But no, like they gave some of that to my niece and nephew, and they use it. They use it when they're at my parents' house. Mm-hmm. But Max and Harper won't really be sleeping over at Nanny and Papa's house too much, so therefore the bath paint comes home.
That's funny. Yeah, so my nephew got a car this weekend, or last weekend.
Yeah, what is he, 15?
16.
Okay.
Well, my mom offered to have him pick us up at the airport. My wife declined.
What kind of car did he get?
He got some sort of, like, small SUV. Like
okay.
a Ford Escort, I think. Is that the smaller one?
I don't know what the smaller one for Ford is.
Yeah. I think that's what he got.
Ford Escorts used to be like little sedans, I think.
Maybe I'm wrong. Like, what's the regular Ford SUV?
Oh, there's Escape.
Maybe that's what he got.
I think it's the Escape. So basically, he got the compact crossover.
Yeah, I think. Oh.
So like the Honda HR-V or the...
I'm sure he'll take me out when I'm down there in a couple weeks.
And you'll hold on for dear life.
Oh, well, there's a quote I want to say. I breathe normally when I'm a 300 mile per hour controlled vertical dive. I also shit normally. Right in my pants.
Yeah, that's about flying.
Yeah. You haven't been in a car with Alex yet.
No, I haven't. Not sure I want to be.
Yeah. I was telling the new guy at work it was actually kind of funny. It made me think of something like, if you were
I'm
introducing
yawning,
yourself to
relax.
somebody, how would you what would you say is like what movies they need to watch to understand you?
Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, most Mel Brooks movies. At least the good ones. The Godfather. Indiana Jones.
Give you that.
Star Wars.
We're pretty much on par, except I'm not as big into The Godfather as you are. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
I wouldn't call that like crucial as far as getting me.
Probably most Marvel movies. Oh, did you
Yeah,
finish
that
Stranger
helped.
Things yet?
I finished the first season and the second season. I just started the third season.
What do you think of Stranger? I know we're going all over the place tonight, but it's our final episode, so fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't care.
What do you think of the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things?
The first 2 seasons, it's good. It's fun to watch just as a suspense / horror. It's basically an extended horror flick.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cheesy bad horror flick, but that's sort of the point. So.
It's kind of like Twilight Zone meets The Goonies meets Monster Squad meets.
Yeah, I was looking on Facebook and somebody I knew described it as kind of like a bunch of Scooby-Doo episodes.
Mm-hmm. I think the third season's better than the second season, but I think the first one's the best season. Well, the first one's probably the scariest season.
Yeah. The second season had some really good comic relief, I think. But
The third season blows all the comic relief away.
okay, I haven't gotten
The
to that
final
yet.
episode of the third season is one of the greatest cinematic achievements.
I haven't even finished the first episode of it yet. But I did see him, try and fail. I did see Dustin try and fail to contact his girlfriend by his
Cerebro.
giant radio that he called Cerebro. Yeah.
Did you meet Steve's coworker?
Yes.
You know who she is in real life?
Who?
Her name is Maya Hawke. She's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter.
Okay then.
Yeah. And the guy who plays Mike has the greatest name ever.
Finn Wolfhard.
Exactly.
And the guy who plays Dustin is the kid from from those Verizon Fios
Yeah.
commercials.
Well, he was Dustin before he was in the Verizon commercials.
Yes,
Yeah.
I assumed as much.
And Elle is British.
Yes, I found that out too. And Nancy is like 24 or 25. Even though she's playing like a 17, 18
I thought
year
they
old.
always do that.
Yeah, I know.
She's hot, though.
She is cute. I'll give you that.
I think their mother is like Carla Buono.
Yes, and she played Christopher Moltisanti's wife on The Sopranos in the last season when he got married.
He got married in the last season?
Yes, he did.
I don't remember that.
After Adriana died,
Yeah, I remember.
he eventually, all of a sudden, he, started seeing this other girl and he married her.
Dude, that's been off the air for 13 years.
And I think he, had a kid really quickly, too.
They're making a prequel movie in Jersey. The Saints of
The
Newark.
Saints of Newark. The Many Saints of Newark,
Yeah,
I think is what they're
and
called.
Tony Soprano is being played by James Gandolfini's son,
Yes.
who looks just like him, which is perfect casting.
Yes,
What are you
I've heard
looking-
about that.
What are you looking at?
Something that came up on Facebook.
You're Facebooking?
I'm multitasking. Shut up.
Eat a dick.
It's the last episode. We don't care.
But our audience deserves our attention.
What audience?
Jamie and Adam. Hi, Mom.
Uh-huh.
At least my parents have listened to an episode. So what can I say about yours?
Eh.
What was I about to say?
Hey, be happy your parents didn't listen to the episode where you made fun of them mercilessly.
That's every
Your
episode.
mother has called into a few episodes.
She got so
inadvertently.
mad at me over that.
Wait, what?
My dad listened to it and told her, and she got mad at me.
Oh,
I told you that.
your dad probably found it funny.
My dad's hysterical. So yeah, summer's over in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well,
It does end eventually.
Yeah,
But
well,
I actually got to do some relatively fun stuff this summer with the kids, so.
I got to smoke ribs. That was the highlight of my summer.
Took them to a water park. Took them to the Bronx Zoo.
Did you find the turkeys?
What?
Didn't Max
Oh.
want to see the turkeys at the Bronx Zoo?
Well, he said he wanted to see turkeys, but I told him there were no turkeys there. And actually, he mentioned it the day or two before, and he never brought it up again.
Turkeys aren't the most fun animals either.
Yeah, who knows?
What
No,
are you doing?
when we were actually there, he decided he wanted to see monkeys
Sounds about right.
and
Wasn't that his like?
what?
Oh,
we
I know.
saw sea lions.
He was mango. He wasn't monkey.
Yes, he was mango.
Have you ever thought of taking him to the Brooklyn Aquarium?
I've thought about that.
I would
That
drive
actually,
there
I
from
could
there,
I
but-
could have spent extra on the Wildlife Conservation Society membership and gotten included admission to that, but I didn't do that.
Bad, good Jew. Yeah, we're going to the continent in October.
You mean Europe?
Yeah,
Just say Europe, dumbass.
I'm gonna have tea with the Queen.
No, you're not.
Yeah. I'm excited. I haven't been to Europe since our honeymoon. Neither of you. You haven't been to Europe since my honeymoon either.
I wasn't in Europe on your honeymoon. I haven't been to Europe since my own honeymoon.
We were gonna do a weekend in Paris, but we decided to do a weekend in Santorini instead.
Okay. Hey, not so bad.
How do you open this?
On her collar, there's a
I
little
see.
button.
Playing with Everest.
Yes.
So I was
The snow pup, I guess.
she's the cold one. Who's his favorite?
I don't know. Sometimes he likes Rubble, sometimes he likes Everest, sometimes he likes Sky, sometimes he likes Marshall.
You never liked Zuma though. Your son's a racist.
What does Zuma have? How does... You're an idiot. No, at one point he was kind of into Zuma, but he's sort of lost interest.
Dogs. I still think our cartoons were better.
Huh? Oh.
Our cartoons were better. So
Try watching some of them. They're pretty bad, too.
I was watching a history of the real Ghostbusters last week.
Okay.
There's some YouTube channels that do like all these like in-depth things. You know why it was called the real Ghostbusters?
Yeah, wasn't it some... There was some... Oh, well, there was another cartoon called Ghostbusters.
Okay. So what happened was Filmation had a live-action show in like the 70s called Ghostbusters. Ghost Space Busters.
Yeah, and didn't they make a cartoon also?
When they made the movie Ghostbusters, they had to get the rights for the name from Filmation. However, the contract that was it Columbia
I think so.
negotiated didn't include TV rights. So Filmation decided to make their own Ghostbusters commercial, and that's why they had to be the real Ghostbusters.
Ugh.
That was the
I remember that other Ghostbusters cartoon, too.
Let's go, Ghostbusters, let's go, let's go. They had the talking car and the ape.
Yes.
Uh,
And I just remember watching it and being like, what does this have to do with the actual movie? This is dumb.
and you watched every episode.
I don't know about every episode, but I did watch it.
I still think they should bring He-Man back again.
God. Well, I don't know about the reboot, but
The reboot was actually really good.
the original's pretty stupid.
Well, the original, they used stock animation. So it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was all like cheap Japanimation shit.
It wasn't Japanimation. It was all done here.
Why do I remember seeing a lot of Japanese names in the credits?
They may have animated. They may have done some stuff, but Japanimation is anime.
Well,
He-Man was stop motion, basically cartoons. It was done really cheap. And
Yes, I know what anime is.
did you ever watch The Toys That Made Us?
I watched some of it.
That was a damn good show. Marissa was interested in it. It was kind of funny. I still have to get her to finish watching Maisel.
Yeah, get on that.
I told her she
Come
has
on,
to-
season 3's coming.
When's it coming out?
Not until like December, I think.
New show for you have to watch on Amazon. The Boys.
Okay. Is that the superheroes behaving badly show?
Basically. It's so good. It's so good.
We'll see. Let me get through Stranger Things.
I mean, like, I'm not going to spoil too much for you, but I'll just give you two things that happened in the first episode. So, the main character, Huey, goes to kiss his girlfriend. As he's kissing his girlfriend, all of a sudden everything goes slow motion, and you see this goop go across his face. What happened was the superhero speedster ran right through his girlfriend, and it basically obliterated her.
Okay.
And then there's this main superhero group called the Seven, and they admitted a new member called Starlight, who's this like wholesome Christian girl. The way she gets inducted into it is the guy called the Deep, who's their version of Aquaman, drops his pants and basically makes her suck his dick.
Lovely.
Oh, it's so fucked up. It's good.
Okay, then.
It's all, and Elizabeth Shue is like the bad person.
Elizabeth Shue is not capable of being bad.
You haven't watched the Boys yet.
Okay, then.
There's a couple of other new shows coming out. I think Carnival Row is... They're trying to make like the new Game of Thrones. We decided the official show of my office will be Watchmen when it comes out.
Right.
So you don't understand what Game of Thrones did to my office. My coworker, who lives not far from here, like he still goes. He was walking after Game of Thrones spoilers, but it was 6 months ago, so fuck you. He's walking and he goes, "Fucking Bran, every day. Like we gave him a 2-week break, and then we're like, we're not talking about Game of Thrones anymore. It's amazing how HBO
People are
consistently
way
does
obsessed with that show. Well,
People are obsessed with The Sopranos, but the internet wasn't what the internet is now.
I guess. I don't know.
I guess towards the end is maybe as much, but when it first came out, like '98, there wasn't.
The Sopranos was a water cooler show.
That's what Game of Thrones was. Except there are no water coolers anymore.
There are water coolers.
And now it's
I have
like
a water
filtered
cooler.
water systems.
Yeah, so it's still a water cooler. Just have fewer tanks. You usually hook it right up to the water system from the building.
This just reminded me of a funny work story that happened the other day. So, I'm sitting at my desk, and like the kitchen is kind of behind where I sit. So all of a sudden, my coworker goes, "Hey guys, I need you to come in here and make sure I'm doing this right." We walked in the kitchen. There was this foul smell coming through there. Like,
Okay. Oh, wait. Does it have to do with the dishwasher?
yeah, I told you this already.
You told me some of
Oh
this.
yeah, they decided to run the dishwasher that has a sign on it that says "Do not run." And they like backed up and caused like something. And just,
Why would he do that?
Have you seen Office Space?
Yeah.
He's basically Milton.
Oh. He's going to set the building on fire.
I really, he's just.
He wants his red swing line stapler.
So, what are your plans for the fall? Now that summer is basically over.
For the fall. School. Work.
Work.
Taking my son to... He's doing a class to prepare for the gifted and talented test. We'll see if he does well on.
Is that like? It's like SAT prep, but
Like in order to get into a gifted and talented program in New York City schools, you have to pass a test on it.
but how do they? What kind of test is for the kids?
They just ask them like, I mean, it's seemingly basic stuff, but some of it's actually pretty complicated.
Such as
I mean, they ask about like relationships and like looking through and finding out like which one like in a group doesn't belong or
Has he done?
how
Have you tried any of it with him yet?
He did some of that stuff last summer, and he actually did pretty well with it.
What's the advantage of being in the gifted and talented program?
I think all it really is you just work like one grade ahead.
He gets that from his uncle.
Hey, I could have done well in school if I actually did the work. I was just lazy.
Was?
Yeah.
Oh, we're actually at 40 minutes already. Shit.
Yes, we are.
Moving right along.
It's
So-
like late.
We're old. What the hell is it? Oh shit, 11.
Yeah, look at that.
No, so we'll end soon.
Fine.
Fine.
Ending all the fun for good.
I feel like we should go extra long, but it's too fucking late.
Yeah, and we're too old.
And we're grumpy. So, what was your favorite memory of the show?
I don't remember. The only thing specific that I remember actually... Oh, wait, no, there was some... I was looking through and I noticed an episode title that was funny.
What?
That's the problem. I can't remember exactly what it was, but... So, I feel like there was something about blowjobs.
What the fuck is a burp pup? The Last Jedi review. So much time between episodes.
No, those are all recent things.
Let's go back.
At least in terms of this show. This was a while ago.
The disappearance. Looking forward to Besa. Return to the 80s cartoon. Scott and Kevin get more old. No. Politics in India. No. We miss bread. Hillary, hockey, and Han Solo. Texans are afraid of Obama. Your grandma. Oh, yeah. What Melissa's grandma called. That was a good memory.
Oh, yeah, your grandma called.
Thanks, Dave. Silicon Citizen Ho. Scott's nephew owes him. Kevin's wife's grandma owns the show. She called twice. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Taylor Swift needs a cheese dream.
Wait, Taylor Swift needs a cheese dream?
I think we're talking about the burger from...
I'm sure we
The Good
were.
Steer.
I don't know where the Taylor Swift relationship came in, but okay.
Robots can be lesbians. That's... Kevin's unborn son looking... Yeah, this week Scott and Kevin discussed the unexpected success of this year's Yankees team, which I'll agree with again this year. Kevin's unborn son looking like Dr. Evil in utero.
That was right before he was born.
The Darth of Hollywood remakes lately, the Emmy nominations, the latest group Donald Trump managed to piss off. Penny released Windows 10. Okay. And Kevin has a baby. F.U. Kim Davis. Republicans are Pope Yogi. This country probably has too many guns, but Google's got gadgets.
Okay, then.
We talk a lot about guns. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, they still suck.
Nah.
Rosenberger, you're in. Go run for office. Intravenous poured.
Oh, yeah. See, there were some good titles.
Sacrilegious red cups make us kill children.
Sacrilegious what?
Red cups.
Red cups make us kill children?
Something about the
I'm sure that was about the Starbucks coffee,
cups
the
and then
Starbucks holiday
and
cups,
then Hunger
and Trump
Games theme
complaining
park.
that they took Merry Christmas off the cups.
This was before Trump. This was 2015, dude.
No, he was ramping up for his run for office.
Star Wars Trump's
Don't forget,
guns.
he got elected in 2016.
Yeah. The Sizzle episode. How can the same fucking thing happen to the same fucking guy twice? Ode to Vigoda. Goodbye, Chris and Carly. Scott and Kevin support Apple. We ain't afraid of no Trump. Brussels sprouts a computer discussion.
Huh?
Shamelessly plugging our ability to self-deprecate. Sounds like the name of like an autobiography. Independence Day. Scott and Kevin get the clap.
Yeah.
Dude. Unconventional Mao Blucher.
What?
Unconventional Mao Blucher. Frau Blucher.
yeah.
You didn't respond right. Frau Blucher.
Nee.
Election. We are tired of Trump. Carlos Dangers and lots of plumbing. Yo mama. Playing the pronoun.
Hey, I actually came up with some good episode titles.
Why do we call it a coffee table? Dope bet against nieces and nephews. Looking forward to cardboard. Popercito. Plumber's crack. Kevin's discount lube.
Oh yeah, that one. That was a good one.
Come chameleon. Time to cut the cord. Scott becomes a smoker of meat. That was 2 years ago. We've only done 20 episodes in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Trumpian Rhapsody. The spooky episode.
All right, enough.
Okay. So, thank you guys. It's been a good 4 years. Sorry this is going to be the last one, but it's just timing sucks. I'll probably keep...
And it's hard when one of us lives in Jersey.
Actually, it was easy when you lived in Manhattan. It's when you moved to the Bronx it became harder. It's just your fault.
No, when I lived in Manhattan, it was just easier. It was easier for you.
Yeah. So, anyways, as I was about to say, is we've had a good time. It's been good. Glad everyone got to hear our voice, all 8 of you.
Woot.
Looking forward to. We'll probably keep the thing open for about 2 months, and then I'll kill the account.
Oh,
Sound about
all
right.
right.
But
sure.
For the last
If
time,
anybody wants, I think I have everything stored on my computer.
we could probably put it on Google Drive or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So
okay.
For the final time, I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Be excellent to each other.
Bye-bye forever.
Station.